Good morning, a brand new day is dawning. Well, in fact, dawn was a couple of hours ago. I've been down here on the beach for a little while. I've been slowly setting up my gear. I haven't cast out yet. My priority was to make a cup of tea. I fried up some bacon for my breakfast, and now I'm almost set to start getting fishing. We're after Plaice, down at Brighton, fishing for those spotties. The last time I fished here, I blanked. I find it quite hard, to be honest. I think it's a bit peggy. So where you're fishing can make quite a big difference to whether you catch or not. Certainly a distance venue, but we're going to give it everything we got today. What have I got with me today? Let's have a look. Apart from my cup of tea, of course. Century Tip Tornado Graphex super matches, and they are both paired with my blue 7HT mags. And these are loaded with 0.35 15-pound line and Xenon tapered leaders that are 15 to 60 pound. Just pop this back in the tripod. I'll show you my rigs when I bait them up, but I'm using two hook loop rigs, and my third rig is a single hook clip down earth. 5-ounce grip leads on all of them today, because last time I fished here, people using grip leads were catching a few fish to my blank. So we're going to try that tactic today. And there is a theory that when food is a bit scarce, having a grip lead can build up a scent trail, and because your lead's fixed in one place, that scent trail then leads the fish. I don't know why I'm doing that, that's the flatty, isn't it? Leads the fish to the bait. Whereas a rolling lead, you might roll into the fish, but you don't get that strong scent trail building to the worm because it's on the move. So that's the plan. Those are the tactics. And in a minute, we'll look at the bait. And then when I bait up, as I said, we'll take a look at the rigs. First, I'm going to enjoy my cup of tea, and I'll see you when I'm a bit more caffeinated. Right, so let's take a look at the bait. We have some beautiful, juicy blow lug there. I've got a few more in my cool box. That's just what I've got out to keep me going at the beginning. Some rag that are a little bit past their best. I think they might be a little bit cold at the moment, so they're not very lively, but they are still showing signs of life there. I got probably about a third of a pound of those, and about half a pound of blow lug, and I got 2 wraps of fresh lug. I'm hoping that's going to be enough, but that's what I had to bring out today. I've got plenty of blow lug anyway, so hopefully plenty of decent bait. So rig, this is the loop rig with my grip lead on the bottom. Oh, just untangle that. So 5-ounce grip lead, splash down, bottom snood with a bit of tube, fluorocarbon snood, and on the snood we've got the cascade swivel and a little mini rig clip, so that if I need to use through the gills method, I don't have to pass that cascade swivel through and damage the gills. The bait stop's just a sequin with a rubber stop above it, and that's a size 4 super match, 18-inch snood. And at the top of the rig, oops, get my hooks untangled, we've got the all-important half an SRT spring, again 18-inch snood, oops, with sequin rubber stop for the bait stop, and a size 4 super match. So let's take a look at baiting this up. We're going to go with a black lug and one of those rather manky looking ragworm. I think the better fishing is going to be later on, in a few hours time, when the tide's coming a bit more. We're pretty much on low tide at the moment, so I'm going to get these baited up, but I'm not going to cast them out for about half an hour. I'll keep them in the shade. So topping and tailing that worm to help the scent get out. Oops, find my bait needle, there it is. So I'm going to slide this on the bait needle tail first. Got toughened up a bit. Yeah, yucky. Get my rag. Give my hand a little clean. That's a bit manky, isn't it? And we'll pop this one on the top hook. And the bottom hook, I'm going to load with about 3 of those blow lug. Excuse me. There we go. Make sure the bait stop just touching that worm there. Right, so I'll get 3 blow lug. I'm going to slide these on the bait needle. Try not to pierce that body. So I'm sliding these on again, tail first. One, two, and number 3. It looks like these take up a lot of space, but actually when they've been sitting on the hook and you kind of compact them down, that's going to be a much smaller bait than it looks on that bait needle. So I get the hook and we slide these on. Hold that nice and tight. Just move that bait stop up. There we are. Thread that on. Just making sure to pull the worm over the eye of the hook so as not to damage it. And there we go. Beautiful, juicy blow lug. What's not to like, eh? If I was the Plaice, I'd want to munch that. Until I knew there was a hook in it, of course. Right. So I'll clip all this up and I'm going to lay it on the beach behind me, out the way of any dogs, in my shelter. So I pop the bottom hook there in the splashdown. And the top hook in that cascade swivel. These black lug are a little bit past their best, so if I find them getting a bit gloopy and sliding down the snood when I reel them back in, then I might add a bit of bait elastic. But there we go, that is all clipped up, ready to go. Let's pop it down there out the way. So there we are. So I've got my other loop rig here, it's exactly the same as the first one. And we're going to bait this up. This one's going to have that king rag on it. Like I said, it's a bit manky. So I want to get that used up early in the session. I had the hooks all clipped up because the dog's walking around. So I'm just unclipping them so we can put the bait on. So we get some of these rag. I think I'll put a little bunch, a couple of small ones on. I'm trying to find some smaller ones. That one's a small one. That one's a bit big. Right, I think that's the 2 smallest in there. So I can thread these on through the head, you know, the bit with the pincers. Get that slid on. And little baby one. Really is a little baby one. It's more the size of a maddie than a king rag. So we get these on that bottom hook. Again, I'm just going to move that bait stop up to give myself space to put the worm. And then once the worm's on, we can slide it back down to just touch the top of the worm there. There we go. And I think I'll put rag on the top hook as well, because I do want to get these used up and save my, what I'm thinking is going to be the better bait for when the Plaice are more likely to be on the feed as the tide comes in. Probably about, based on when I was last fishing here and saw people catching, probably about 3.5 hours before high. And we're pretty much on low tide now, so I've got a couple of hours before I'm really expecting much to happen. Right, so there we go. Baits are done. 2 rigs ready to go. Well, as you can probably see, one on the left I've chucked out now. And we're going to get out the one on the right. So 2 loop rigs on them both to start with. And this is the one I loaded up with king rag earlier. So we've got these lovely baits all clipped down, ready to go out. So let's get these baits chucked out. So here we go, ready to whack them. Again, the sea is murkier than I was expecting, given the beautiful weather we've had. I've already checked my drop length. We're not twisted around the top eye, and we're good to go. Let's see if we can get a Plaice today. That's it, bait's out. Now I've got to walk the 50 yards back up the beach to the tripod. God, it's good for the fitness. It shows that I need to be a bit more fit. So that's it, both rods out. I'll get the third rig baited up. This is my clipped down earth rig. There we go, with the rig bar, whatever you want to call it, the earth bar. Splash down, 2.5, 3 inch bit of tube, 4 foot snood, little pop up with a sequin and a size 2. Graphex Aberdeen. I've just noticed I've got a knot in my snood, so I'll get that undone. There we are. That's untangled that. Let's get some bait. I'm going to stick blow log on this one, so let's get these blows. Find the bait needle. There it is. So I'm going to stick 3 blow lug on. That's a nice big one. Look at that. Beautiful worm. I might only need 2 if they're that sort of size. Right, that's one on the bait needle. And a second one. Oh, that's just blown in my hand. Sounds wrong, doesn't it? Right, so we get those 2 on. Push those away so they don't get these juices on them. And slide that up over the eye of the hook. And there we go. Beautiful blow lug bait. Get those back out the sun. Store them in the shelter. And then I'm going to, once I've wiped my hands, I've put my rag over them to try and keep the temperature stable as much as possible, given we're out in the open. I've got quite a lot left in the cool box. I get out enough for a few hours or an hour. And keep the rest sheltered. So there we go. That is our clip down earth rig ready to chuck out. Well guys, a lot of time has passed. I haven't done a lot of filming. I've had a crack off. I've had to get my spare reel out the car. Time to reel in now though. We're about mid-tide. Wayne's just caught a Plaice. So that's progress. Let's get this one in. This one's been out a little while. See what we got. Let's see if we got anything. Some boats have dropped nets right in front of us, and it's never a good thing, is it? Get this moving. This has got the 2-hook loop rig on, loaded with black. I think it was, I put black on one and blow lug on the other hook. Wayne's Plaice was caught on blacks. Still a few swimmers around. Guy next to me is reeling in up the beach as well. Let's see if he's got anything. Looks like there's a bit of a bend in his rod. Also down here today, he has got a flatty. There's Reese, the fish hunter, and Maddie Man up on the next beach. Just the other side of the banjo groin. Let's see if my baits have been touched. No. Untouched baits.
Are you filming?
I'm filming. Who's this? Who's this? Have I got a gate crasher? Who's this come to see me?
You're very famous around here.
Yeah, I am, aren't I?
You are. Hello.
Who's this? Wayne's come to say hello.
How are you
Look.
doing, everyone? All right? How are you? How are you?
I'm good. I've got the mic, so you're going to have to stay
yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Wayne, you've just caught one, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been emotional.
Oh, it has been, hasn't it? No, it has been emotional. Crack-offs, broken eyes,
Yeah.
kids on the beach, which are fine, of course, but you have to watch them.
Not today. So as you know, we've been down twice now. Do they know?
Yeah, I think so. This is
Yeah?
the second day we've been fishing
Okay,
here.
yeah.
They know now. I think I said, yeah.
So yeah, I had a bit of a mare yesterday, so I couldn't really fish. I had to go and sort something out. Come all the way down here. Couldn't fish. I had 1 or 2 casts, caught a fish. Sorry about that. Gemma stayed.
Don't be sorry. I just
Gemma
haven't caught
stayed all
anything.
day fishing really hard, and as you know, Gemma fishes really well.
Oh, thank
And
you.
you just
So I've
didn't
got
have
a
the
tenner
fish.
here.
No, you just didn't have the fish, and sometimes that can happen.
Yeah. Although where I was fishing yesterday, the guy there's just had one.
Did he?
Yeah, look, he's just putting it back.
He's casting half a distance, are you?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing wrong, isn't it? I'm casting over them.
Today started off really well. We've been fishing for about an hour or so. I don't know.
Longer, no. Well, I've been
Yeah.
fishing for 3 hours.
Oh yeah.
But I think, yeah, I've been fishing 3 hours.
Yeah, it's all right.
It probably should only be one, really, given how much I've caught, which is nothing.
Well,
We
it's
just
fishing
had a visit from some girls who were interested in learning to fish, didn't we?
Yeah.
They saw Wayne's Plaice when it come in and wanted to have a look and touched it, and then asked me if I had any anti-back in my box.
Yeah. No,
But
I don't
no.
think you use that.
No, I said I'd be more worried about touching the pebbles than the fish.
I know, yeah, definitely. But yeah, we're all right. It's good. It's beautiful. We're out fishing in
Yeah,
the sunshine
it's glorious, isn't it?
in Brighton, the crazy place.
Yeah, I haven't seen many crazies today. I saw one or two yesterday.
Yeah.
I'd probably come out in the afternoon.
You were a little bit crazy when you blanked, though.
Wow, you know.
You were a little bit, weren't you?
I was a little bit disappointed in myself.
Yeah.
I love catching fish, and yet I live local to Brighton, and this is like my place fishing nemesis. I come down here, catch hardly any, go to other places nearby like Shoreham, Seaford, Eastbourne, and catch them. So maybe I need to hone my Brighton place fishing
We
skills.
all do it. So on my videos, the same as Gemma, we try and not preach because we're not like that. We try and tell people it's all about getting out, having a go, making a plan. It's not about catching. Yesterday evening, you were a little bit disheartened, weren't you?
Yeah,
We spend our whole lives not preaching, that's not the right words, trying to express to people it's not about catching, especially here in the UK, because it can be really hard.
Yeah.
It's about making a plan, coming out, making a decision and sticking to it, which we done yesterday,
Yep.
rightly or wrongly, or you did, because I didn't really fish. And you've done everything right, but the fish weren't in front of you. So there's nothing you can do about it. But last night I noticed you're a little bit disheartened, so I had to give you a
yeah.
little cuddle.
I was also very exhausted after
Yeah.
11 hours of casting hard all day, reeling in, you know, little weakling that I am.
Yeah, we yeah.
Yeah, but no, I was belting it every cast as far as I could get it, so that
Yeah.
just took it out of me a little bit.
And this morning, the sun come up and we were like,
Yeah,
let's
glorious.
go again. A new day, first cast, I've had one.
All right, all right.
It's not about me, but I'm just saying, as a collective,
Yeah,
we could have just sacked it off today and not come out.
yeah, but you know, it's about being out with your mates, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're going to have a great day, meet lots of weirdness,
yeah.
and you're going to catch some Plaice.
I hope so. It only takes one special one. I'd settle for 150
Of course,
over
yeah.
1030s.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's good to see you all. Hope you're looking out for her. 3,000 subs. This lady.
Thank you, everybody.
You're a lady as well.
A lady.
God,
I'm no
fishing.
lady.
Well, you're not, but you were born a lady.
Yeah. No, you're trying to tell people something about me that's not true now.
You are a lady, and it's fantastic. And when I've been fortunate to work a few shows lately, people come up to me and the kids, and they're like, "When can we meet Gemma? When can we meet Gemma?"
Oh, that's
And
lovely.
not, I'm not
Thank
just-
you if that was you.
I'm not just saying it for camera. Like, there's a lot of women out there that watch your stuff,
Yeah.
and like I said before, for me, the best female angler in the country.
You're lovely.
And you beat you, and I'm no superstar, but you kick my ass quite a lot, and I love it. And it's good going out with you. Not just because we're friends, you
Yeah.
push me as well, and it's good. And,
Yeah.
and I think you've broken the barrier. I know it's 2025, but I think you have broken the stigma of female anglers. Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of guys, and it shouldn't ever be this, but it was, unfortunately, as you know more than anyone, a lot of guys wouldn't have watched you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're
And probably some
I know
still
it's more
don't. You know, I still see
one.
comments on Facebook and that, like, oh, women shouldn't be fishing,
What
all
the
this.
hell?
But it's not as much as it used to be. And
No,
you
but
see
you-
more women fishing than you used
Yeah,
to.
you're out here doing it, honestly.
Yeah.
And there's lots of guys that probably would have doubted you at the start, and they sit and enjoy your videos every
Yeah.
week, as they tell me. So
Yeah. It amuses me when you get guys set up next to you. Well, for me, being a woman, they sit up next to you, you get these looks, and you kind of know what these looks mean. You think, they're looking at me like they think I don't know what I'm doing.
yeah,
And then sometimes you see them a bit later on and they realise that I'm doing a bit better than them and they start copying me. So it amuses me when
Laying
that
it on the
happens.
beach
They're
and
laying it
casting
on the beach, casting off the ground.
but this
Yeah.
is not a self-promotion video for Gemma. I just thought I'd bring that up because even a male in this industry doing what I do, it's not the best.
No.
All right, you've got to remain positive, and that's all I can say really. But for you, it was a lot harder.
I think that's probably true. I think, you know, it's going to be harder for women in fishing, whatever they're doing, however they do it. So, you know,
Not anymore though.
no, getting
You've
better
done
in
it.
it.
You've broken the barrier. So if you're a woman or you're a bloke and your wife watches, or your girlfriend, or your kids, make sure you subscribe because it helps.
Yeah.
And we need to push Gemma as far as we can.
Take them out fishing with you as well.
Yeah.
Get them having a go. Like the ladies that just come up and spoke to us and wanted to learn how to fish. It's lovely.
You wouldn't have ever, looking at them, and you shouldn't ever do that in life, you wouldn't have thought they'd like to go fishing.
No.
They were just beautiful ladies.
Probably a bit of lip filler.
They look amazing.
Yeah.
Should I say that? Yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, they look really, really good. And they were like, let's get in, I want to do some fishing.
What do you use to catch them? How do you do it? You know, yeah. I showed them the worms. They're like, oh, are they alive? And
lucky I'm not guiding and coaching anymore because I don't reckon my missus have been too happy with it. I'm taking 2 women out fishing for a month.
Yeah.
Going to Norway and Scotland. No, I'm joking. But
Yeah.
Anyway, we
Cool.
shouldn't ever judge.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, but they were really interested. It was lovely. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cool.
Anyway, thanks everyone for looking after her.
See you in a bit.
And if you're not, be nice, be kind.
I've got some baits I need to sent out.
Come on, then.
Well, the tip on my right-hand rod has lifted back a bit. So this one didn't go out very far. I'm using my Daiwa super tuned on this. And I've been loosening up the mags. Maybe the tip's lifted back. It didn't go very far. So it's not out as far as some of my other casts. Well, let's see if there's anything on there. Tighten up the drag a bit. Wayne's getting excited, maybe prematurely, we'll see.
You're in Brighton, you can do what you want.
I don't think there's anything on it.
Oh, what?
The tip lifted back though.
You might be
I
winding
know there might be.
There's a fish on there.
Yeah, I might be winding in my crack off. No, it's gone heavy now. What?
You've got the crack off.
Yeah, got the crack off.
You're off to Poland. Crack out.
That's it.
You've got your crack off. You're probably winding mine in. And your crack off and a fish.
Yeah, it feels if I'm already the other one in, am I? No.
Right, I've just bigged you up
Yeah, you have.
in the fishing world.
Oh, it feels like it's pulling back.
Yeah, it's a nice fish, this is going to be.
Yeah, it's definitely something on here.
Imagine if it's a
Look at that
dogfish.
tip.
I know, it's good. That's a powerful rod.
Don't dogfish. Yeah, there were a few doggies caught yesterday. Not by me. There's definitely something on here. It's heavy. I'll settle for one fish rather than a double shot. No, only one actually. Yeah, because it's not going to be a double shot, is it? What have I caught? I got my crack off.
Which?
Has that got a fish on it?
I think you have.
Have I?
I hope you have.
Have I? We got a fish on the crack off.
They all count.
There you go. Wayne says they all count. Look at the state of that rig.
I know, there you go.
Right, thanks Wayne. What is going on with this rig? There we go, guys. At last, a Brighton Plaice even. As Wayne said, they all count. Not so sure myself. I'll get this in the bucket, get that lot of line sorted out, cast back out, and maybe pick up one. Not on a crack off, but there we go. We have a beautiful Brighton Plaice. Well, we've got that placed nicely in a bucket. I'll unhook it once I've got these baits back out. But that crack off was not out very far. We're going to send some more baits out. So I've loaded up my Turk loop rig with a black lug on the top, blow lug on the bottom. So I'm going to get these baits out. Let's get these launched out to sea for the Plaice's tea. That's my other line there. Now I've loosened off the mags a few clicks on this reel, but maybe cracking off is the way to catch them. Maybe that's where I've been going wrong, eh? Oh, that grip lid's not quite right. There we go. Baits are back out. I'll take another couple of clicks off those mags. It's still holding back. I think I finally tamed my reels. These are my super tunes. By putting the original bearings back in them and some slightly thicker oil. If you've been watching my previous videos, you'll know I was having trouble with them because I had them set up for casting over the field. They were blowing up a bit when I was fishing, but I've tamed the beast. So there we go. Only 32 centimetres, but probably the most welcome fish I've caught for a very long time. I feel like I've worked really hard for this place. Even though it was on my crack off, it was still my rig, my bait, my tactics. Anyway, I'm going to get this guy chucked back. The hook came out really well, no blood whatsoever. So hopefully it's going to swim off just fine. Well, I was just reeling in thinking, this feels slightly heavier than normal, but I'm not sure what's going on. And look what we have. We've caught, just bear with me, the smallest fish on the planet. Look at that, a little goby, I think that is, a little sand goby. I'm going to get this guy in a bucket of water and give him a bit of chance to recover. So the little goby's in the bucket, 2 hook loop rig baited up, 3 blow lug on the bottom and black lug with a little bit of elastic on it on the top hook. So I'm going to get these sent out. See if we can pick up another goby, eh? That's what we came for, clearly. Once I won the best roundfish in a competition with a goby about that size. I kid you not. Just goes to show how they all count in a comp. I'm not going to go too far down because it's a bit flatter ground here. Put that lead down where I want it. There we are. Baits are back out. Not the best cast I've ever done, that one. Probably about 20 yards shorter than I've been chucking it. Must be getting a bit tired. But Wayne's been a star. He's just popped up to the cafe that's behind us. He's going to bring me back a double espresso. Right, so that's out. Put those around so my lines aren't crossed. Right, got a fish to sort out. A monster. A massive, most massive fish ever. There we go. How cute is that little fella? Can you see him? Can you see him all right? Try and get a few different angles. Make sure you can actually see him. There we go. Very, very cute. I'm going to chuck him back. Right, I'm just reeling in the other one. And it feels like there's a little bit of weight on the end. We'll see. Have we got another sand goby, eh? We'll find out soon enough. Feels like the tide's starting to pull the other way now, left to right. It's been going right to left all morning. Oh, nothing on it. Right, change rig, send it back out. You know the routine. Well guys, I just reeled in and look, something's had a right suck on that bait at the bottom. So that's a sign that I need to be sticking more elastic on my bait so that they take the hook in and don't manage to steal the bait off there. So I'm going to get this rebaited, put plenty of elastic to hold these worms on, and then I'm going to reel in my other rod, get this one, chuck back out. So more bait elastic. I've got here 3 blow lug on my bait needle, and I'm going to give these a good whip because we don't want the Plaice sucking the bait off the hook. We want them sucking the hook in to their mouth. These are lovely juicy worms, and it was the blow lug that I'd had sucked on the one I just showed you. So we give this a nice good whip. Get plenty on there. I'll do the same with the black lug, up and down a few times. But there we go, that is now good to go. We're going to get that stuck on the hook. Well, let's get another one reeled in, get it checked. I've just rebaited my spare rib with those blow lug. Whipped on, I'm just going to have to go under this line here. And black lug, nice bit of elastic on to hold them on. I'll find out in a second. Wayne's saying, am I in? Don't think so. Oh, I don't know. Oh, there's a bit of weight on this. Bit of weight, guys. A little bit of weight on here. Could this be the second place of the day, or could it just be the grip lead dragging on the ground? Could it be a goby? After all, anything can happen when we're down the beach. It's coming through the surf. Get them bleeder not in the right place. No, nothing. Nothing. Bit of tangling going on the bottom though, hook though. I'll have to sort that out in a minute. Looks like something's had a suck on that bait as well. Probably why it's got a bit tangled. Right, let's pop this rig down on the beach. Now, because the tide is running left to right, I'm going to have to go behind the camera, behind you, to cast out. A little bit more drop length, but there we go. That is the juicy blow lug bait at the bottom that you saw on the bait needle, all whipped up, and a black lug on the top. So let's get them out. Juicy baits, juicy baits. Time to send them out to sea. I'd love to catch another place. Me and Wayne, 2 fish each, but he's had the 2 place. Well, I think I should get a special prize for that goby. Right, baits are ready to go. Straight into the sun, I can't see where that's gone. But there we go, they're out there. It's hard casting this time of day when that sun is just shining straight in your face. You have to watch the spool rather than the lead to know when to stick your finger on it. But anyway, we're back out fishing with 2 rods. Well, I've been getting a little nibble on the right hand rod for about the last 5 minutes or so. So we're going to bring that in, see if we've got hook up. All right, I think that line's under the other one, so we come round here. We shall see. It'd be nice to have a big fat Plaice on the end, wouldn't it? Of course, grip well. Yeah, feels like there's a little bit of weight. I had to tighten up my drag a little bit there to get it moving. Hopefully, this is our second place of the day. Let's check I'm not reading the other one in, right? Yeah, I think we've got a fish on here. This is where you say persistence pays off. There we go, target species. And there we have another beautiful Brighton Plaice. I'll get him in a bucket, get some fresh baits chucked out. So these Plaice are like peas in a pod. This one's come in at 32 centimetres as well. So I'm going to get this guy popped back, now he's had a rest in the bucket, and set him free. Hopefully he'll come back next year. Right, I'll just pop to the cafe behind me. Got a nice latte to drink in a minute. It's time to reel this in. We have got a hell of a bit of tide running now. Hopefully that is going to bring more fish on the feed. Have we got anything on here is the question. It's been out a little while, feels a bit weighty. With this tide ripping, you never know, do you? I'm always giving my excuses before I get it in, aren't I? This super tune is running lovely now. I've got it serviced spot on this time. It hasn't lifted on me once today. I'll say that, I'll crack off next truck. Nah, I had one crack off today, one's enough, isn't it? Have we got a fish is the question. Like I say, it does feel weighty. Right, there's something pulling back here. Oh, got the leader knot come in. Oh, a bit of shit on it. Clean that off. Is there a fish? Or is it just the lead? Oh, it's just the lead and the tide. Like I say, that is absolutely ripping. It looks like something's had a go at the bottom bait, maybe. Let's take a look. The top one's definitely untouched. Yeah, look, we've got a turned hook there. That's a definite sign a flatty's had that in its mouth and not got hooked. So it's possible it was on there when I started reeling in, which is why it felt heavy, and has spat that hook as we've got near the edge. So we get this rig swapped over. I've got my spare one baited up with two black lug on it. I'm going to get that chucked out. Well, let's get the other one reeled in. I've just angled you a little bit away from the sea because the sun is so bright at the minute. Let's see if we've got anything on here. That tide really is ripping. I just walked right up to the left to cast the other one out and it's already gone down to my right. I don't think there's a fish on this. It's definitely not as heavy as the other one was when I was reeling that in, but we saw that turned hook. Saying that, it has just gone heavy. I might just be pulling over a bank or something. Might be a little patch of sand, maybe it's just hit the bottom of the shingle. And now it's dragging. Like sometimes fish can come in like there's nothing on the end, and then they wake up as they get into slightly shallower water and they realise they're getting near the edge. But I've got Wayne's line, that's what it is. I've got you, Wayne. Yeah. That'd be why it got heavy when I got near the edge, wouldn't it? Ah, missed. Try that again. There we go. Get the fresh one out. Get that clipped on the end. Sort out the drop length. Sort out my leader as well. There we go. Still a little too long. There we go. So here we have black lug on the top hook, blow lug on the bottom, all whipped on nicely with elastic. We'll get these guys sent out. Baits ready to go. So I'm going to walk right down to the left again because of this tide rip. So here we go. Mags are only on 1.5. Tempting fate, I don't know. Alright, I'm going to stand a little bit further back. On my last cast I had the lead in the dip and it actually caught the little bank behind me. So stand a little bit further away from the sea with a better end result, I hope. There we are. Come on, we want a nice big fat Plaice, don't we? Well, we're going to reel in the one on the left. The tip's lifted back a bit, but the tide has also eased off, so that's probably why. Lost a bit of tide, lost a bit of tension in the tip. Let's get it reeled in, see if we've got anything. Yeah, it's got some weight on it, you know. Given that tide's eased off, I'm quite happy that there's a bit of weight on this. Could this be our fourth fish? Nah, nothing. Untouched. Probably just the lead dragging on the bottom. You know what, I'm going to just try plopping the next one. Getting a bit tired. Tide's eased off. And the bottom of the sand's about 50 yards out. So I'm going to plop this one close in, see if we can pick something up there. Well guys, this is the end of the session. We've been fishing hard today. We've been down the beach for 9 or so hours. We've had a few plaice out, which is what we came to target. So that's great. We caught the target species, and I had that cute little goby as a little treat. So I'm going to get packed up. Thank you for watching the video. If you've enjoyed it, please consider clicking the like button, and please also consider hitting subscribe. Over the last 2 months, I've had about 18,000 unique viewers on the channel, and if you're one of those viewers who regularly comes back, please do consider clicking the subscribe button, because it helps promote my channel and it means a lot to me. But thank you for watching today, and I'll see you next time somewhere on the south coast.